Welcome to the Warfare Vault. Today marks the start of our exploration of historical events and conflicts. Today's first trip returns us to the Battle of Megiddo, fought circa 1457 BCE. This battle would mark a decisive moment in the rise of Egypt's new kingdom and solidify the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose III. Let's dive into the heart of this epic conflict. At the time, Egypt was at the height of its power, under the rule of the 18th dynasty. Thutmose III ascended to the throne as a young pharaoh with his stepmother, Hatshepsut, acting as regent. However, by 1457 BCE, Thutmose had established his own rule, and his ambitions for empire were only beginning. The ancient Near East was a fragmented world of competing city-states and empires. In the north, the powerful kingdom of Mitanni was a dominant force, but to the east, the kingdom of Canaan, comprised of city-states such as Megiddo, stood as a key player in the balance of power. Megiddo was a well-fortified city-state situated at the strategic crossroads of ancient trade routes. Its location made it an important military and commercial hub in the region, and it was here that Thutmose III would face his first major military challenge. In the years leading up to 1457 BCE, the Canaanite kings, led by the king of Kadesh, formed a coalition to resist Egyptian expansion. When Thutmose III learned that a coalition army had gathered in Megiddo, he knew he had to act swiftly to maintain Egypt's dominance. Thutmose III, known as a brilliant tactician, carefully prepared for battle. The Egyptian army, though elite and experienced, was significantly outnumbered by the coalition forces, which numbered between 10,000 to 15,000 men, compared to Thutmose's roughly 5,000 soldiers. Despite this, Thutmose was determined to defeat the coalition, and he relied on his superior command and strategic prowess. Thutmose's approach was bold. Rather than take the well-established route to Megiddo, he chose a more difficult, narrow pass through the mountains. The path was treacherous, and many of his troops questioned the wisdom of such a risky route. But Thutmose's confidence in his ability to outmaneuver the enemy prevailed. The Egyptian army successfully navigated the difficult terrain and emerged in the plain of Megiddo, catching the enemy coalition off guard. It was a move that would prove to be a game-changer. On the day of the battle, the Canaanite coalition was encamped outside the city, unprepared for the Egyptian assault. As the two armies lined up for battle, Thutmose III positioned his troops expertly, using his chariot forces to his advantage. Thutmose's elite charioteers were highly skilled and formed the backbone of the Egyptian offensive. Facing the Egyptians were the combined forces of several Canaanite city-states, including the kingdom of Kadesh under the leadership of its king and various allies from the surrounding regions. The Canaanite army was larger, but their coordination and morale were not as strong as Thutmose's well-trained troops. The battle began with a massive charge by Egyptian chariots, which swiftly shattered the Canaanite lines. Thutmose III used the environment to his advantage, and his chariot forces quickly encircled the enemy. The Canaanites tried to retreat into the fortified city of Megiddo, but their escape was blocked by Egyptian forces. Despite their valiant efforts to hold the city, the Canaanite coalition was decisively defeated. The Egyptians pursued them into Megiddo itself, and the city's walls were eventually breached. Thutmose's army forced the surrender of the city, and the Canaanite leaders were either killed or captured. The victory at Megiddo was a crucial moment in Egyptian history. Thutmose III's reputation as a military genius was solidified, and the battle was celebrated as a triumph of tactical brilliance. The victory allowed Egypt to secure control over Canaan, and Thutmose III went on to expand the Egyptian empire to its greatest territorial extent. Following the battle, Thutmose III exacted harsh reprisals on the Canaanite cities that had resisted him, and he forced them to pay tribute to Egypt. The battle's outcome ensured Egypt's dominance over the region and paved the way for future Egyptian successes. Thutmose III would later commemorate his victory in a series of inscriptions, most famously at the Temple of Amun in Karnak. These inscriptions not only celebrated the battle but also served as a reminder of the Egyptian pharaoh's unchallenged authority and military might. The Battle of Megiddo was more than just a military victory. It was a pivotal moment in the formation of the Egyptian Empire, cementing Thutmose III's legacy as one of the greatest military leaders in history. This battle, fought over 3,500 years ago, still echoes through the annals of military history as a testament to the power of strategy, bravery, and vision.